Plan Commission to order at 6 o'clock. Roll call. Comments or correspondence other than what's on our, we're gonna call public hearings on the change in the Waterford's Vision 2018 plan. Those are all gonna be public hearings. If you have something to speak, something other than that to speak on, here's your opportunity to come up now. Otherwise, we will open up the public hearing for those items then. So, if you have something other than what's on the agenda to speak on.
No. I would like to speak on the ETZ. Is that what you're saying or no?
Yep, that's what
One's waving me on, one's saying no.
That's what we're asking.
Okay, good.
Yep, other than the public hearings. Please give your name and address.
Okay. Greetings, my name is Eric Johnson at 28638 Kramer Drive. Currently a homeowner of just under 20 acres in the town of Waterford.
Mike's not on.
Testing? I'm sorry.
All right.
Should have mentioned right away, please keep your comments to about 3 minutes, just so everybody has a chance to speak and be respectful of everybody's time.
All right. Greetings, Eric Johnson, 28638 Kramer Drive. Currently a homeowner of just under 20 acres in the town of Waterford, across the road from the new DeGrave subdivision. Please bear with me as I'm not a public speaker, but I'm here today to give my input into how the restrictive extraterritorial jurisdiction zoning has limited my basic landowner rights while also limiting town and village collaboration the past 3 years. I'd like to start out by saying thank you to the entire village board and town president Tim Zalitsky for taking the time to speak or email me with me regarding the ETZ. I'd like to specifically thank President Jansky for his patience with me. I've been in his ear a lot the past 3 months and he has always been responsive and professional. In these discussions with the village board, I have learned that the majority of the board agrees, at least in these one-on-one discussions with me, that the ETZ was a petty vote that it does nothing to advance a boundary agreement as is intended. Well, petty is a harsh word. I'd like to point out it was used without prompting by 3 of the village board members. Also in these discussions, I have yet to learn how the ETZ protects the health, welfare, and safety of the town and village as the ETZ states. While I did not ask all of the board members in the village, of the ones I asked, not a single one could defend their rationale for the ETZ other than it being used as a bargaining chip for the boundary agreement. Ms. Polnow from the village board did forward me a lengthy link from the League of Municipalities regarding her defense of the ETZ. I would like to point out that the link that she sent me states an intent of the ETZ is the exact opposite of what is occurring in Waterford. The League of Municipalities clearly states that once a developed cooperative boundary agreement with adjacent towns is done, the community should explore ETZ zoning as an outcome of the planning process, not prior. By doing this route, the opposite route, the village ordinance just increases tension and discord between the communities. It was clearly stated by the village and town boards that I spoke to that the ETZ was hoped to be a leveraging tool for the boundary agreement. It isn't. Mr. Jaski and Tim Zielinski have both confirmed with me that a total of 3 landowners have came forward regarding this ETZ in nearly 3 years. Only 3. If it was a bargaining chip as Mr. Houston Jackson hoped, it would have moved somewhere in the past 3 years. In my opinion, speaking personally, only again creates distrust and anger towards our neighbors. I'd like to conclude with how this has affected me personally. 15 years ago, I bought what would be considered blighted land of Swamp and Buckthorn. The house and land were vacant for over a year before we were stupid enough to purchase it. My sons and I have tackled that land and honestly made it our home. My son wrote his college entrance essay and scored a pretty sweet scholarship on the trials of rehabbing our land. And my intent for 15 years was to cleave off a portion of my son's hard work for their future. My sons learned that nothing is more conservative value than being able to do with your land what you want. Yet now they see an outside municipality, one that I cannot vote on or pay taxes to, tell me what I can and cannot do with my land, which again goes against any basic conservative values that the majority of the village electoral hold. My sons and I bear no competition towards the village's growth plans. We truly want to do what was originally zoned as 5-acre minimums. We are not asking for 1/3 acre city lots or a subdivision. I can sit on my porch and see those 30-acre lots being developed right across my yard. And while I may not like my new view, I respect the DeGrave's individual landowner's right to do with their land as he or she please. I just ask the same. Thanks for your time.
Anybody else on a non-public hearing item? Name and address, please.
Yep. Good evening. Name is Joe Riguzzi. I live at 32010 High Drive in the town of Waterford. I had no idea it was going to be super busy tonight, so I just wanted to mention for the people that don't know that are here, currently the village has an ordinance over the extraterritorial zone in the town of Waterford that limits us landowners from splitting our land to less than 20 acres. So we own a farm. My brother wanted to split off 5 acres from the farm 3 years ago so that he could build a house next to his family. And the village said no due to this ordinance. And so I just want to stress we're in the town of Waterford, but we're subject to ordinances by the village. So just wanted to acknowledge that so everyone in the room understands what's occurring. I understand the history behind the lot ordinance, why it was enacted, and the ultimate goal it was intended to achieve. For many of us who live in the affected area, however, it had a very real and lasting effect on us. I already said my brother wanted to build next to us. He wanted to build by his mom on the farm that our family has owned for 100 plus years, and he was not able to. It's been 3 years, so he ended up building somewhere else. So he is not my neighbor due to this ordinance, due to the village. I have 2 young kids. They're sitting in the back there. They still love me, so hopefully that continues through their teenage years and college years. And they've already expressed interest on living next to us. I really hope that they don't have to fight a neighboring municipality to be able to build a house next to me if they ever want to in the future. So all that being said, I don't want to dwell on the past anymore because it is the past. I'm here because I believe that you all have an opportunity to move forward, amending the ordinance to something more reasonable, maybe 5 acres or whatever you guys deem is appropriate is a great way to restore our landowner rights, allow our families to do what we want with our land, and it also demonstrates that the village is ready to turn a page, ready to put this past behind us, the beefs and arguments that have occurred between the town and the village. If that happens, I believe it also shifts some responsibility to the town as well. I'm not letting them get away with this either because they're just as culpable. There's been a lot of arguments and just, bad decision making and all that in the past. And if this is changed, I fully expect the town board to also turn the same page. It's time to move forward in good faith and make cooperation between the town and village a priority rather than a last resort. Cooperation between the town and village should not be treated as optional or situational, but it should really be a responsibility that both bodies, you guys and the town, serve for us, the citizens. So thank you for your time. Really appreciate you guys taking the time to let us talk and consider making an adjustment for us. So thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else in the non-public hearing item?
Good evening. My name is Thomas Coker. I live at 704 Bass Drive. Excuse me. Last fall, they resurfaced our roads, and I hate to tell you, but most of it's in the gutters and are in the lawns. It was what I would say, a very poor job because material never sealed. And now, they don't want to use sand because it blocks up the sewer, but now you have all the black granulation that's on our driveways, in our garages. All the gutters are full, and that's all going to go down into storm sewers. So I don't know what company you hired, but they shammed you because it didn't work. And now the plows are just knocking it all.
Before or after snow plowing?
I'm sorry?
Is this after snow plowing?
Before the plows.
Before plowing.
And if you look at the road where the cracks are supposed to be sealed, they've all sunk in. And it's just a very poor job. So if anybody wants to come out and drive down my road and take a look, now that it snows there, you're not going to see it, but if you look on the driveways, it's all over the driveways. I hate to say it, but you guys get ripped off.
We'll pass that along to DPW.
It's a bad job. Thank you.
In a row.
Thank you.
Somebody gotta tell them.
Anybody else want to say on non-public hearing? Okay, we're gonna move on, reading approval of minutes, 10:50. Motion, 2 seconds. Any comments?
Can I just take one more second? You know, you gotta do it when you gotta do it. Yeah, there's the material that's in the gutters.
I see it. I've been over there looking at it a lot the last couple of years.
That's all.
Okay, where were we? A motion for the second. And any more changes, corrections? All in favor? Minutes are approved.